File handling. File handling is an important aspect of programming in which we manage the files on a computer or any storage device. In Java, the java.io package provides classes for file handling. Here are some of the commonly used classes. File. This class is used to create a file object. It has several methods like create new file, delete, exists, get path, and list files, etc. File reader. This class is used to read the contents of a file. File writer. This class is used to write the contents into a file. Buffered reader. This class is used to read text from a character input stream. Buffered writer. This class is used to write text to a character output stream. Print writer. This class is used to write formatted representations of objects to a text output stream. Scanner. This class is used to get input from the user. Here is a simple example of how to read from a file. Content_copy. Import java.io.bufferedReader. Import java.io.fileReader. Import java.io.io exception. Public class read file. Public static void main, string args. Try. File reader equals new file reader, file.txt. Buffered reader equals new buffered reader, file reader. String line. While, line equals buffered reader.readLine, equals null. System.out.println, line. Buffered reader.close. Catch, IO exception e.print stack trace. In this example, a file named file.txt is read and its content is printed line by line. Here is a simple example of how to write into a file. Content_copy. Import java.io.bufferedWriter. Import java.io.fileWriter. Import java.io.io exception. Public class write file. Public static void main, string args. Try. File writer equals new file writer, file.txt. Buffered writer equals new buffered writer, file writer. Buffered writer.write, hello, world. Buffered writer.close. Catch, IO exception e.print stack trace. In this example, the string hello, world, is written into a file named file.txt. Remember that when you are done with file handling, you should close the streams to free up resources. In the above examples, this is done using the close method. Note, always handle exceptions properly in real code. In the examples, I have just printed the stack trace for simplicity. Where do we use file handling? Thumb_up, thumb_down. File handling is used in various scenarios where you need to read or write data to / from a file. Some common use cases include logging. Log files are used to track events that occur in a software application. When an error occurs, it is logged to a file so that it can be reviewed later. Configuration. Many applications store their configuration settings in a file. For example, a database connection string might be stored in a configuration file. Data persistence. If an application needs to store data between runs, it can write the data to a file. When the application is restarted, it can read the data back from the file. Reading/writing large amount of data. File handling is useful when you need to read or write a large amount of data at once. For example, reading a large text file into memory might not be feasible, so you would read it line by line or in chunks. Serialization/deserialization. Objects can be serialized, converted to a byte stream, and written to a file. Later, the object can be deserialized, recreated from the byte stream, when needed. Examples for the above topics. Thumb_up, thumb_down. Logging example. Content_copy. Import java.io.file writer. Import java.io.io exception. Import java.io.print writer. Public class log. Public static void main, string args. Try. File writer equals new file writer, log.txt, true. Print writer equals new print writer, file writer. Print writer.println, this is a log message. Print writer.close. Catch, IO exception e.print stack trace. Configuration example. Content_copy. Import java.io.buffered reader. Import java.io.file reader. Import java.io.io exception. Public class config. Public static void main, string args. Try. File reader equals new file reader, config.txt. Buffered reader equals new buffered reader, file reader. String connection string equals buffered reader.readline. System.out.println, connection string, plus connection string. Buffered reader.close. Catch, IO exception e.print stack trace. Data persistence example. Content_copy. Import java.io.buffered reader. Import java.io.buffered writer. Import java.io.file reader. Import java.io.file writer. Import java.io.io exception. Public class persist data. Public static void main, string args. Try. File writer equals new file writer, data.txt. Buffered writer equals new buffered writer, file writer. Buffered writer.write, some data to persist. Buffered writer.close. File reader equals new file reader, data.txt. Buffered reader equals new buffered reader, file reader. String data equals buffered reader.readline. System.out.println, persisted data, plus data. Buffered reader.close. Catch, IO exception e.print stack trace. Reading/writing large amount of data example. Content_copy. Import java.io.buffered reader. Import java.io.buffered writer. Import java.io.file reader. Import java.io.file writer. Import java.io.io exception. Public class large data. Public static void main, string args. Try. File writer equals new file writer, large data.txt. Buffered writer equals new buffered writer, file writer. 4. Int I equals 0, I 1,000,000, I++. Buffered writer.write, this is line plus I plus. Buffered writer.close. File reader equals new file reader, large data.txt. Buffered reader equals new buffered reader, file reader. String line. While, line equals buffered reader.readLine, equals null. System.out.println, line. Buffered reader.close. Catch, IO exception A. E.print stack trace. Serialization/deserialization example. Note, this requires a custom implementation of serialization/deserialization. Hey there! Are you enjoying my content? Make sure you don't miss out on any of my latest videos by subscribing to my channel. By subscribing, you'll not only stay updated with my newest uploads but also support me in creating more awesome content. Join the community and let's embark on this journey together. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a live session or new upload. Your support means the world to me.